guys, what's going on? And welcome back to Shifting Lanes. My name's Chad, and today's a bit of a big one, because if everything goes according to plan today, I'm gonna end up with a car I only dreamed about owning back when I was a kid. It's gonna be a good one because, yeah, this was a vehicle that 15-year-old me would be freaking out today. I'm freaking out on the inside. I'm just really cold and a bit under the weather, but it's gonna be awesome. So like I said, today could be a really, really great day because, well, the car I'm going to look at was a car I really wanted as a kid, and we all had those cars. So we all had cars that were, we lusted after. We saw a movie, we saw one on the street, maybe our parents owned one or something like that. And these cars just stuck with us, and then we never could afford them when we were in school, when we were that, but now, thanks to, well, being an adult, and thanks to you guys, thanks to Shifting Lanes, I'm finally afforded the opportunity to finally get one of these cars, and it's kind of weird. Yesterday was Christmas. It didn't feel like Christmas. It honestly felt like Christmas Eve when I was like 10, 12 years old. Couldn't sleep, was excited, anxious, I was really, it was like Christmas Eve for a kid. I don't know a better way to describe it. So I hope everything goes according to plan. I hope the car's as advertised. I've done a lot of research, and I can't wait. I'm a little exhausted, so I don't know if the excitement's coming through, but yeah, today's gonna be a good day. All right, so we're about an hour into the journey. We're going just south of Trenton, which is, in my definition, South Jersey. To those of you who think there is such a thing as a Central Jersey, it doesn't exist. There's North and South. It's just like it's a Taylor ham sandwich, not a pork roll sandwich. So just get it right. So anyway, we're about a half hour out from the dealership, and I got my main man Mike here. He was gracious enough to drive me. We're in his sweet Toyota Corolla, which we've had a lot of fun in, so you don't need a ton of horsepower to have fun, just remember that. But while we're on the topic of like dream cars we wanted as kids, I figured now would be a golden opportunity to ask Mike, when you were growing up, when you were like 14, 15 years old, what was your dream car?
1976 Chevy Love.
Little small pickup truck, huh?
The smallest pickup truck ever put into production.
And what motor did that come with stock?
Came stock with a good old 4-cylinder 1.8 liter.
Sounds like a real powerhouse. Now, I'm lucky enough today to be going and getting one of the cars I lusted after as a kid. Did you ever get a chance to get your Love?
I actually did get my Love, and to counterpoint your little weak engine joke, we did get to drop a small block 350 into it.
Nice. And about how much power do you think it was making to the roof?
Maybe 200 horse.
Yeah, but 200 horse is all you need to light the tires up on that bad boy.
That's right.
So, with that Chevy Love, your absolute best, what was your best memory in that car?
Absolute best memory was probably not a very well-behaved one. I would say it's when my buddy had a Chevelle, and him and I took the Chevy Love and the Chevelle onto our school's grass, beautiful field, and did donuts until we got chased off by cops.
So you trenched your high school's football field?
Correct.
That's awesome. And then describe for me the moment when you finally got your Love.
My friend had it from his brother, and he bought it, owned it for a week, and I told him that I was mad that he got a Chevy Love when I always wanted a Chevy Love, because he always wanted one too. And I said I'll buy it from him for $200 more than what he paid for it, and he sold it to me. And that day I pulled it up to the front of the house, and my dad was not very happy, but I was really happy. So that was fun.
Fantastic. So we're gonna hit the road, get to the dealership, and hopefully the next time you see me, I'll be revealing my brand new car. And here it is, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But this is, however, a 2020 Ranger that they've given us to kind of test drive while they get the car I'm actually buying ready for, well, ready for me to actually buy. We're gonna get it. We're gonna have something really awesome. Check out those sweet steelies on this bad boy. This is your Ranger XL. Mike looks resplendent in there. Yeah, so we're gonna take this out to lunch and go from there. This is what the inside of a base Ranger looks like. Well, it's got a pretty impressive power plant, a 2.3 liter EcoBoost with like 270-ish horsepower and 310 foot-pounds, I think. I wonder if it says, nope. How you liking that 10-speed transmission, Michael? Oh God! That felt wonderful. Oh, you shifting. Michael had it in sport mode, so he forgot to shift. High marks to Mike on that one.
Thank you.
Basically, things at the dealership took a little longer than I had anticipated, and the sun went down by the time I left. So I wanted some daylight so I could show you my dream car. Yeah, I bought a Mustang. So this is my 2015 Mustang with both the premium and performance packages. So we have the 5-liter Coyote V8, but, and probably just as important, or at least for me, and where I want to take this car, is the performance package. So in addition to a strut brace up top here, a 3.73 limited slip rear differential back here, the 19-inch black alloys there. This also has 6-piston Brembo brakes up front and 15-inch rotors there. So she is she stops as well as she goes, especially since we're going to be giving her, well, more power than Greg's car, because God forbid Greg has more power than I do. We come inside and we can see the 6-speed manual gearbox, the Recaro bucket seats, which takes some getting used to, but I do kind of like them now. We have our 8-inch touchscreen display. I'm sorry, I think that's, I'm actually not sure how big that is, but it's bigger than the stock one. Yeah, probably should know that, but I don't. We have WeatherTech floor mats, all the steering wheel controls you could possibly want, and rather more importantly, so there's our 5-liter V8, aka the Coyote. We have our chassis brace up front here. Performance package also comes with retuned suspension and upgraded cooling, so she stays cool while we're pounding on her, whether it be at the track or having a little fun on the road. But the only thing left to do here is start her up, go for a drive. Oh man, if you don't love that soundtrack, there is something seriously wrong with you. we're talking about dream cars. You know, Mike had a Chevy Love as a dream car. I mean, or truck, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But who wants one of those? And then you have Greg, like, his dream car was a 4-door German executive sedan, like an M3. You can't, it's really hard to quantify what a dream car is. For me, why the Mustang is 100% a dream car is because I just grew up wanting. I had posters of Mustangs on my wall as a kid. My father used to actually own a first generation Mustang back in the day. And that's part of the reason why I wanted a Mustang, why I dreamed about a Mustang, especially now that I'm a little bit older and some might say mature. It's, my dad had a Mustang. He also had a 59 Corvette that he put a 327 in out of a Chevy Impala that was then bored and stroked out to about 380 cubic inches. He also had a Volkswagen Beetle that he basically built by going to various different junkyards to get the parts. Something like the Mustang and the Vet, but more so the Mustang, it sticks with me. It's best way I can explain it is that I love this car, but it's not just for me. Like I said, my dad used to have a Mustang and a Corvette, and all his buddies had, you know, muscle cars and big V8s, and they tweaked on them, they worked on them, you know, pretty much the same thing I'm doing, just with more modern cars. And I wanted to bring back some of that youth, some of that, you know, why he fell in love with cars, and as a result, I fell in love with cars, because it's pretty much genetic. I want to give him an opportunity, because let's face it, I'm 36 and he's getting up there in age, and I wanted to get something that he could drive, that could touch back to those days when he was my age and he was out there with his buddies doing fun stuff with cars before, you know, the internet and all these other things. But man, oh man, like, yes, this car is for me, but it's also a way to you know, connect with my father, to have something we can share. And you know, it's a big well, I shouldn't say big, but it's a 5-liter V8. It's a Flowmaster exhaust. It's a 6-speed manual box, rear-wheel drive, line lock, launch control, and it's a Mustang with an independent rear suspension. So when a corner does present itself, it should go around it. I mean, and the best part about it is this is a type of car that's really obtainable for a lot of people. You know, I only paid about $25,000 for this car, and I did a ton of searching. A lot of these cars, the Mustangs from this era, the S550, fall into, you know, right around $22,000 to $27,000. But this isn't, like I said before, this has the performance package. This has the premium package in it. This has, you know, Recaros. Car equipped like this one, I wasn't seeing for under 26, 27K. Cars are more than just a mode of transportation, especially to people like us, people like my father, like Greg Hansen. They're more than just a tool to get a job done. We form emotional connections with them. We form relationships with them. You can't sit here and go to the person sitting next to you and tell them they gotta love this car, because they may love something completely different. You may love something completely different. I know a lot of our viewership loves Volvos. I love my C30. And I love this car. Like, you're allowed to love whatever car you love, and that's what connects us as car people. Too often we get into these rivalries of, you know, Ford versus Chevy, BMW versus Audi, you know, Toyota versus Nissan, you know, and if you don't own the car, the correct car, you're somehow less of a person, or you suck, or whatever. But really, once you get to the core of why we love cars, we're all car people, and that shared passion for cars shouldn't be discounted because of the badge we have on the front and rear of our cars. And I will admit, this kind of took a turn a little more philosophical than I had originally intended, but this car, if you told me 5 years ago that I was gonna start a website and a YouTube channel with two of my best buddies, and 5 years later I'd be able to own, you know, a car or a brand or whatever, a type of car that I've always if you told me that, I would have told you you're crazy. We started Shifting Lanes for the sole reason that we just wanted to go and do cool stuff in the car world. We started it so we could go to auto shows, so we could go to things like IMPA's test days and just sit in cars and drive cars that we had no business reasonably affording and stuff. I remember sitting in this car in well, not this exact car, but a Mustang GT Premium with the performance package when I was, you know, when we were just doing regular journalism, and thinking, man, one day it would be awesome to own a car like that. And here we are. Here we are. I mean, it's been a lot of hard work. It's been a lot of late nights. It's been hasn't been always the easiest thing in the world, but this feels like a major accomplishment to me. And you guys really should look at it one of two ways. You can look at it, you know, oh, Chad bought a Mustang, yeah, you know, like, and shoot it down and shoot it. Or you can look at it with a lot of hard work, with great friends. You can attain something you've dreamed about. And it doesn't matter if it's a Mustang or a BMW or a Chevy Love. It doesn't matter. You put the work in, you can get pretty much whatever you want in this world. And if you don't believe me, again, I'm sitting in a dream car. It feels so, I can't believe it. Like, sure, I put a money down, I have all this other stuff, but I still can't believe it's mine. Like, I keep feeling like I have to give this back to Ford in a week, like all the other press cars we've gotten. But no, I get to keep it, and I get to make it better, faster. Because there is no way I am letting Greg have the most powerful car in the Shifting Lanes fleet. There is no way I'm gonna let that happen. So, oh man. But I feel like this is a good spot to end, guys. I wanna thank each and every one of you, because every single one of you that's watched one of our videos, every single one of you that's gone and bought some of our merchandise, every single one of you that's a patron on our Patreon page, every single one of you that has helped support this channel over the years has led to basically this moment, to me and Greg finally getting the cars of our dreams. And you best believe we're gonna have a ton of fun in these cars. And I really, really hope you guys stick around for the ride, because we're gonna love it, and I hope you guys too. If you like Shifting Lanes, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up button, it really helps us out. And if you want the latest content from us, hit the notification bell. That'll get you our videos as we release them. We also have our Teespring account, and again, I'm working on getting some Mustang content on there, but we have Shifting Lane stuff, we have the Hellwinkle stuff, we have a lot of our Volvo stuff. Like, head on down there, because every dime we make from that, we put back into making content for you guys, and it's a great way for you to get something awesome and help us out. If you want to follow us on social media, it's at Shifting Lanes. I personally am at Chennedy83, and I love talking with you guys. I love taking the conversation outside of the comments section. You guys have been awesome. If you've taken the time to reach out and talk to me, thank you so much. It's one of the reasons we started doing this, was to connect with other like-minded car people. But as for this one, guys, this one's a wrap, boys. I will catch you next time.
Thank you.